I am the mom. I know what I passed through. I know what I saw there in the labor room. Guys, if you go there and come out alive, you don't know what God did for you. Welcome back to my channel. I am Modesta, a Nigerian mommy vlogger living in Luxembourg. If this is your first time coming across my channel, if this is your first time visiting my channel, hi, you're highly welcome. Yeah, do stick around with us on this channel. You really enjoy it here with us. So for some time now, or for some few months, we've been doing some pregnancy series on this channel. And this is it. I have my baby with me. Today I want to be introducing my baby to the channel. I promised you guys I'll be telling you stories behind the baby's birth and all of that, bringing the baby to the channel, the baby's sex, name, why we chose the name, lots more. Okay, so let me start with the baby's story before I bring in the baby, because the baby, it's a new member to the channel and we have to welcome the baby officially to the channel. As I introduce the baby to the channel, I also introduce my family here on YouTube to the baby. How do you see that? So let me go ahead without wasting much of your time. You all know that I was induced 4 times. The first time I went to the hospital, I was induced 3 times. I actually chose a selective delivery because last year when I had my son, I had him at 5 kilo, that's 5 kg. This time around when I got pregnant, I was scared. I feel like since my husband is on the huge side and me, I'm a little bit, big. So I feel like it's in my gene to be having big babies, and I'm scared. I don't want to push 5 kilo baby again. I pushed my son. It was not easy. I made the story behind that. That's the doctor that handled my pregnancy last year, told me I had a 3.3 kilo. I should go ahead and push the baby. And on the delivery day, having my baby, he came out 5 kilos, which you know what it means. It's very risky for a first-time mom and all that. But I thank God that I am here today, and this year I'm able to go back to that place and I came out alive. I'm grateful to God. If you've been watching my channel or if you've been following my pregnancy serials, you cannot overemphasize how grateful I am to God. I keep saying this in all my videos that I'm grateful to God. I am the mom. I know what I passed through. I know what I saw there in the labor room. Guys, if you go there and come out alive, you don't know what God did for you. You should always be thankful and grateful. After I had my baby, immediately I changed my doctor and I got another doctor who actually handled this pregnancy. And I really love the fact that he did everything fine. I love whenever I was going to the doctor to see my doctor, I was so excited because I know that he would tell me things. He will be able to answer my questions regarding my pregnancy. He followed this pregnancy all along from the first month and made sure that the same mistake that was made last time was not repeated. And we decided, I asked my doctor that I want a selective delivery. I want to be induced. It's like me, I don't even feel labor. Yeah, because when I was pregnant with my son at 41 weeks, I was not dilating and I was not feeling any labor. So I was induced at 41 weeks, I think 41 weeks plus. So in this pregnancy, I didn't get to 40 weeks. I did not want to get to 40 weeks. I just wanted to have my baby at 38 weeks. And that was the plan with my doctor, that I don't want to get to 40 weeks. I want to be induced again at 38 weeks and have my baby. We chose a date. We want the baby to come, but the baby decided to come on the date that is preferable, for the baby. Yeah, so at 38 weeks I went to the hospital to be induced. I stayed 4 days in the hospital. I was induced 3 times with a lot of pains and all that. If you've been induced before, you can say, or you can tell how, I don't know, sorry, my light is going off and on. I think it's the weather. We are in autumn, we're entering winter, so it's actually cold and The weather is a bit dark outside, but yeah, it's fine. I just want to apologize before I continue. We chose a date. At 38 weeks, I went to the hospital. I was induced 3 times. The baby did not come. I was totally in pain, off and on. If you've been induced before, you can tell the pain behind, being induced. It's worse than, will I say worse? Okay, let me use the word more painful. It's more painful than normal labor, like when you're contracting or dilating normally without any drug behind it or sorts like that. Like the pain comes and goes and you have yourself. But if you are induced, the pain is continuous, okay? So I was induced 3 times and it didn't work. The first one we did, the Monday I got to the hospital, it did not work, it failed. And then later I went for the second induction, it did not work, it failed. And then the third one, it did not work, it failed. At this point, our last option was CS, yes, cesarean section. So we talked to my doctor, but then I also don't want CS because I am alone with my kids and my husband, no family here. I feel that if I have CS, it will be a little bit difficult for me at home, and recovering will not really be easy like a normal delivery. Like, you know what I mean? Every delivery is normal, but what I mean by that is like pushing your baby yourself. I just didn't want the CS. That is the truth. But I have to accept my fate. That was my last option anyway. So my doctor came and told me that I will have to go home and come back again for another induction. And this time, if it doesn't work, then we go for the CS. So I was actually induced 4 times. I came to the hospital on Monday and my husband came back to pick me on Thursday. For 4 days, I was in the hospital, nothing happened, and the baby was still there. The baby totally refused to come. And this was when I was 38 weeks. And then on the 39th week, on Saturday, I entered my 39 weeks. So on my 39th week, on Monday again, I went back to the hospital. My appointment in the hospital was at 3 p.m. I got there on time. I was taken into the labor room. They carried some series of tests on me, COVID and the rest of it. After all that, did some blood tests after checking. So at 5 p.m. I was induced again, and I had to call my husband to bring my things. I have all those videos behind. I was unable to shoot my delivery. Even if I was given the opportunity to shoot my delivery, it would have still not been feasible because the labor came when we least expected it this time around. I called my husband to bring my bag and all of that for me in the hospital, which he did. Later, he came around 7, and by 7 p.m. labor had already started. Like, we didn't even know. I was not even dilating before. I was not contracting. I was still at 2 cm. And before this day, the first time I came to the hospital, when I went back, I was still going off and on the hospital, checking my baby's heartbeat to see if the baby is still okay in the womb, to see if the baby is doing fine, if the heartbeat was normal, and to God be the glory, my baby was very good. My baby was very fine before I went back to the hospital for the 4th induction. So when my husband came by 7 p.m., he brought my stuff. At 7 p.m., I've gone into labor. The labor had already started. My doctor and I, we already thought the baby will come early in the morning or at midnight. So by 7 p.m., the labor started. The pain became intense. I was crying and my husband could not do anything. He was just pitying me, having mercy on me, and begging the nurses to take very good care of me. I was taken to the labor room and he left with my son that evening. I was in the labor room with the nurses. I had the best of them on duty that day, okay? I was taken to the labor room. Immediately, the nurse checked if I was dilating. Yes, I actually dilated this time. She said 3 cm. I wanted to take epidural because I felt that is all I needed at that point. I asked to call the anesthetist, and the nurse on duty called the anesthetist. They came, gave me the epidural. I felt that I would sleep. I got the epidural at after 8 or 9 I think I got the epidural at 9. When the anesthetist came, gave me the epidural, I was still in pain, severe pains, and she was worried. Like, after 5 minutes, the pain should stop. Why am I still in pain? You know, she was worried. She said, okay, fine, it will be fine. And later she left the room. Immediately, I started feeling to pee. Then I peed. And then I started feeling like I want to make caca, like I want to use the toilet. And the nurses were just like, wait, why can't you wait? They had already called my doctor. At this time, the labor came very fast. We least expected it. And I could not hold myself again. I really wanted to use the toilet. And they asked me to do everything on the bed, because when you take epidural, you can no longer stand up. You just have to lie down there. They will attend to you on that same bed. Whatever you want to do, you do it on the bed. I actually had my baby before the arrival of my doctor. I pushed my baby by myself without the help of my doctor. By the time my doctor walked into the labor room, the nurses were already carrying my baby. Oh my God, I felt this relief. I was thankful to God. I was grateful. All through my pregnancy, I did not visit the hospital for any reason for admission. It was a smooth pregnancy. I didn't have complications either. I didn't have any problem at all. But during the delivery, the devil came. After I pushed my baby, immediately I pushed my baby by myself. The doctor came, walked into the labor room, and the nurses were already having my baby on their hands. And this time, they gave me scissors to cut the placenta by myself. Actually, I think they're trying to make a memory, but no, I can't do that. I couldn't take that. I told the nurses to cut the placenta on their own. They did, gave me my baby for bonding. And at that point, I was asked to push the placenta. The placenta wasn't coming. You all know that if you have your baby and you've not pushed the placenta, or more, you're not done with the delivery. You have to push out the placenta. I tried so many times to push the placenta. It was not coming out. The nurses tried their best. They tried to use their hand, massage my tummy so that the placenta will come out. It was not coming. It actually took like 40 minutes to 45 minutes. And along the line, I was worried at this point. My doctor said I shouldn't worry, that sometimes it happens. Finally, the nurses did all that. They kept on pressing the tummy, doing all that by themselves. I really tried to push the placenta, but it was not coming out. Finally, 40 to 45 minutes, the placenta came out. They took out the placenta and I started bleeding immediately. I was bleeding, blood was gushing out. At this time, I've had stories of people after delivery, they bled to death. But I will not lie to you, it is not my portion. But immediately I started bleeding. That was what came to my mind. I held my baby very tightly. In my mind, I was like, even if I leave this earth, even if I don't get to live with my baby, the most important thing is that I saw my baby and I'm happy I had my baby. The doctor assured me not to worry. They told me that everything will be fine. Immediately, they administered an infusion. So I took the infusion and I took the drip. Before I had my baby, I told my husband that I wanted to get the epidural. I don't want any disturbance, that I will be going to sleep after the epidural. Little did I know that I was about to have my baby. And that is the story behind my delivery that I said I was going to share. I made mention of this while I was still in the hospital. This is the story behind it. And right now, I want to go and bring my baby and show you guys. Yeah. So guys, this is my baby. Oh. That's my baby. I have a girl. So now I have a boy and I have a girl. She's so cute. She looks like Sterling, where Sterling was born to, but she's just fairer than Sterling. Her name is Samara. We chose this name since last year when I was pregnant with Sterling. So my husband and I, we chose two names. We chose a boy and we chose a girl's name. When we've not found out the sex of the baby. So we said if we have a boy, we'll call him Sterling. And if we have a girl, we'll call her Samara. So her name is Samara. And Samara means protected by God. Like when I reminisce all through I passed during delivery, how I was induced 4 times, and the birth of this baby, she was so comfortable in the womb. She was okay, nothing happened to her. All the drugs I took to bring this baby out, she was still protected in the womb. I was going to the hospital on and off to check her heartbeat, to check if she's still breathing, and she was breathing. Nothing happened to her. And I started calling her the name. The moment I found that I was pregnant with a girl, that very day I started calling her name, Samara. When I was pregnant, I would always address her as Samara Stains. When I'm talking with my husband, we always address her as Samara. And I'm grateful that God really protected her. The meaning of her name is protected by God. And her native name is Chiasoka. We are Igbos, so her native name is Chiasoka. Chiasoka. God is so sweet. That is the meaning of her Igbo name. We are so grateful to God. At birth, she weighed 3.5 kilos, unlike Sterling, who weighed 5 kilos. And I gave birth to her on the 20th of September. Samara is 1 month today. And I'm so thankful to God. Okay? Samara, you're welcome to our channel. Why are you looking at me? You're welcome to our channel, Samara. Samara, you're officially welcome to the channel. Yay! Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed to my channel. And I'll see you guys until next time. Stay safe. Samara and I, we are saying bye.